Okay, we've started recording.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Let's see if we have our participants.
Do you want to wait another moment?
Yeah, let's wait a couple of minutes maybe to see if we have more teachers joining in this session this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much for your punctuality. Where are you joining us from today?
See if you can see the chat box, teachers, and you can
Yeah.
answer. Um, let's see if maybe with my message it's like a pop-up.
There you go.
Hi. Hi, good afternoon.
Hello, Rafaela.
I'm in Madrid. And where is Rafaela from? Okay. Madrid as well. Okay, great. Welcome, Rafaela.
Welcome. I think we're good to go if you want to start, Rose.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna get everything ready. And welcome, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for attending this online presentation of Oxford University Press's new primary course, World Class, our brand new ELT course for primary. My name is Rosalind Campos, and here with me is our primary product manager, Louise Philip, who will be assisting us with the chat and to make sure that no questions or comments go unnoticed. The aim
Good
of this
afternoon.
session, hi. The aim of this session is to give you an overview of World Class. And in this webinar, we will talk about the following points. Yeah, we're going to have a look at the key values of our new primary ELT course. We're going to talk a bit about the LOM LOE and the World Class, how World Class incorporates all these new features um, from the new LOM LOE. We're going to have a look at the components for teachers and students, and we're going to do a quick unit walkthrough so you get a full idea of how each unit progresses. So just to begin, let's have a look at World Class and what is in World Class. This course has a strong emphasis on vocabulary and grammar to build a solid foundation for student success. It does include easy to follow lessons with a focus on cultural elements and global skills. Um, the lessons in World Class and colorful photos and illustrations include real world texts and plenty of group tasks. So it's pretty engaging and entertaining for young learners. Now, let's have a look at the chorus characters. This is a group of 6 diverse children who accompany students through their learning. These characters present the unit objectives, the grammar structures through fun vignettes, and team tasks activities for collaboration and global skills. And here we meet the course characters May, Tang, Hector, Emma, Omar, and Nina. A key feature in World Class is the wide range of videos. The wealth of video content also helps to make the lessons engaging and relevant for students, yeah, because the content is pretty close to their lives. There is an interactive vocabulary presentation, which includes the vocabulary item followed by a short video clip. We also have a culture video, which covers culture content through engaging videos and texts where students are transported to another part of the world. We also have videos in the project lessons where students watch this video, where other children show the interaction and they show a finished project of their own. This would provide a model and an example of the exchange that then our students have to replicate. We also have a lesson with a story where the story is also animated and it's meant to recycle vocabulary. Before we start, I would like to ask you a few questions. Maybe you can answer in the chat box. And before we look at what makes world class unique, let's see what makes your classes unique and what do you prioritize when teaching English? Would it be grammar and vocab? Would you prioritize working the four skills, developing four skills, or maybe one skill in particular? Are you interested in collaboration, creativity, and critical thinking? Or do you pay special attention to culture and cross curricular content? Feel free, please, to write your answers, or maybe you do prioritize any other element that is not here on that I didn't name here. So feel free to answer in the chat box. If it's A, grammar and vocab, B, skills, collaboration, creativity would be C, or D, culture and cross curricular. The four skills, great. Four skills, that would be maybe an integrated skills approach. Thank you, Rafael. Let's see if we have more answers. In particular, from my experience, it would be, let me see if you can see my answer. It would be A, yeah, grammar and vocab. There's like a strong emphasis on teaching proper grammar and vocab in my past experience as a teacher. Any other ideas? Okay, so let's have a look at the features that make world class unique and how it will help you in your English classrooms, for example, to address the four skills or how to work these grammar and vocabulary elements. So just to start, World Class is a course with a challenging vocabulary and grammar syllabus. It incorporates an extensive amount of grammar presentation and practice. Each unit of World Class presents and practices new vocab in lessons 2 and 3. And as you can see on the slide, grammar is presented using an innovative three-step presentation. This methodology, this innovative presentation consists on 3 steps. What can you see in the images? You see that we have the vignettes. What can you see? So student would just apply prior knowledge. What can you say? They would say words and identify words they already know. And then what can you learn would be step 3. Students anticipate what they're going to learn, and then the teacher steps in and introduces the new vocabulary. Another feature that makes World Class unique is that the syllabus of World Class aligns with the Cambridge English qualifications for schools. It does include practice for these exams at the end of the book throughout the levels, and students should be ready to sit the Cambridge exams at the following points of the course, from A1, which would be pre-A1, which would be starters at the end of World Class 2, moving on to A1 movers at the end of level 4, A2 key for schools at the end of World Class 5, and at the end of primary in level 6 with a B1. Yeah. So this also shows that the syllabus of World Class is moves at a challenging rhythm. Yeah. Now we have focus on global skills and projects. World Class prepares students for a lifelong learning and success, not only academically and professionally, but also personally. We want to prepare our students to become successful and responsible members of the 21st century skills whilst developing collaboration, critical skills, citizenship, well being, and digital competence. We also have team tasks and project activities that promote the development of collaboration and skills for oral communication. As you can see, we have a small task that is called Think, Feel, Grow, and this promotes students' emotional development and well being. In a mixed ability classroom, project work has the additional advantage of being flexible for different levels, abilities, and learning styles. Then we were talking about flexibility. We have flexibility and motivation. How does world class help us in this sense? Well, we have graded activities in the activity book, which are labeled depending on the difficulty. So if you can see in on the screen, we have in the activity book, which is colored, we have activities with 1 star, which would be one level of difficulty, 2 stars, or 3 stars. So in one same classroom, a teacher can decide where to start, right? Or if we have students that need a bit of support or are ready for the next challenge. We also have rooting the context of learning in the everyday world helps to make it relevant and engaging for young learners. World Class contains a lot of photos in the student's book, in the class book, and it also includes real life pictures on the flashcards, which give the material a real world feel. There are also lots of different formats, such as recipes, adverts, websites, weather charts, and many other um, facsimiles that are designed to replicate the materials that students might encounter in their own environment. And again, the wealth of video content also helps to make the content engaging and relevant to students' lives. Let's have a look now at the components for students and then for our teachers. The students' components for levels 1 and 2, they will have the class book and the access to the interactive digital class book. And this will give them access to the active learning kit. I'll show you in a second. Actually, Louise is going to share with us in a second what is the active learning kit. And then they will also have a digital class book with access to their interactive digital book. As you can see, it's a 100% blended offer. So it's all interactive. Whatever they access in their class book, in paper, they will see that same material in digital, as well as the activity book. In levels 3 and 6, they have their class book and the interactive class book, but now the active learning kit is associated to the activity book. Yeah? And also gives access to our new platform called Go Pangea, which is a collaboration between Oxford and Go Pangea. 100% blended with full interactivity. Actually, before we continue, I would like also to ask you, what extra resources do you normally look for? Yeah, what type of resources do you normally look for when you need a bit of support for your students, or when you feel that you need extra material for your classroom? So, what do you look for? Where do you look for them? Any ideas? You can feel free and just write your answers in the chat box. Videos, maybe songs, lyrics. I loved working with lyrics when I was a teacher. What else do we normally look for? Maybe worksheets. Yeah, so let's have a look how World Class and this range of components can help teachers. So hopefully you don't have to be running around and looking for a bunch of resources. Lyrics too, great. Grammar, short movies, adverts, excellent. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Louise, so Over to you with the active learning kit.
Hi there. Thanks very much for that, Rose. I'll just switch my camera on for a second so that you can see me. Okay, so the Active Learning Kit. What is the Active Learning Kit? This is a brand new digital online practice resource that places students at the center of their learning and allows them to take responsibility for their education. There is a code included inside either the class book or the activity book, depending on the level. So levels 1 to 2, it's included inside the class book, and levels 3 to 6, the code is in the activity book. So it gives children access to a variety of online components to support their learning. The most important thing to remember is that it's gamified as well, which is really exciting because students are very motivated by earning, in this case, earning diamonds as they progress through the active learning kit, and also earning medals as they reach key milestones. So there is a game zone, the iProgress check, which is a way of checking the 4 skills. So it's reading, writing, speaking, and listening. There's a grammar gym. All of these resources are fully aligned to world class. So in terms of the grammar, in terms of the level, it's the same. The language is the same as the language used in your course book. There's also a book club. The book club provides access fully to, I think it's 5 digital readers per cycle, and they also have interactive activities which are gamified. For levels 1 and 2, there's also the picture dictionary to support vocabulary learning and a learning record so that students can keep track of what they are learning. What I'm going to do now is just show you a short video that explains the Active Learning Kit much better than I explain it. So here we go, if you just hang on for a second. Great, thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed watching that short video, and do let us know if you have any queries or if there's anything else that you would like to know about the Active Learning Kit. I think Rose is going to share the link to that in just a second. We also have another new, here we are, there's the link. You can click there and download the link to the Active Learning Kit. I'll just wait a couple of seconds to give you time. Super, thank you, Rose. So another innovative new digital resource we have this year is GoPangea, which is an online platform where students can create true global connections. GoPangea gives students access to authentic, exciting, and motivating content that they access through a code in their activity books in levels 3 to 6. It's 100% secure because the privacy and well-being of the learner are always protected. It's based around inquiry-based learning methodology with questions aligned to the UN Sustainable Development Goals, with specific resources available exclusively to Oxford users. GoPangea is an online community of over 500,000 students from over 150 countries. Students answer questions and share ideas. And this is a great way for them to develop digital competences, global citizenship awareness, and communication skills. And again, I hope you don't mind, I'm just going to share a quick video that gives some examples and an all round explanation of GoPangea. Great. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video about GoPangea. And once again, Rose is just going to pop the link in the chat here, and you can get direct access to the GoPangea page where you can learn more about it. And do let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything else you would like to know about either GoPangea or Active Learning Kit. So
Thank
back to you,
you.
Rose.
Thank you, Louise. I did put the pop out. So did you see? Could you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Thanks
Okay,
very much.
great, great. So thank you for sharing with us these incredible resources. This is an incredible digital kit For students, of course, teachers can access and monitor students' progress, and it's a great way for them to develop their autonomy, their digital competence, and it's quite also inclusive for students that prefer working individually at home in a more in a quiet environment and with a more digital focus. Thank you, Louise. Now let's have a look at the components available for teachers. Teachers have, of course, a teacher's guide with full explanation of world classes methodology. Um, there's also a teacher's resource pack, which you can access through Oxford Premium, and there's also a teacher's resource pack that teachers can use physically with flashcards, posters, and materials for the classroom. We have the class audio available on Oxford Premium. We have extra resources and worksheets downloadable through Oxford Premium. We have the iPack, which includes the digital classbook, teacher's edition, of course, with the test generator and a digital activity book, teacher's edition. The test generator is a platform where teachers can, of course, create their own exams and, let's say, personalize a bit more your tests, your exams. Now let's have a look at how World Class aligns or includes the new components featured in the LUMLOI. Yeah, let's start with inclusivity. Inclusivity is one of the main topics of the new reform, and World Class aims to include all learners by offering a wide range of multisensory activities, enabling students to learn through seeing, hearing, doing, and touching. The Think, Feel, Grow feature in Lesson 4, which is the story, encourages students to accept and understand differences. There's also collaborative work in each unit. We also have activities and projects which allow students to demonstrate their learning in different formats. World Class also includes all learners by providing clear and explicit instructions for all activities. And the teaching notes in the teacher's guide also contain suggestions for optional or extension activities to provide students with even more practice or support if needed. And also, as part of this inclusive approach, we have these two digital platforms and resources that we just saw: the Active Learning Kit, which is gamified, and the Go Pangea, that helps to create community with other students. We now have in the new reform, places emphasis on specific and key competences. World Class has a competence-based methodology, ensuring all students learn by doing. The activities in the books develop critical thinking, autonomy, and collaboration so that students understand the practical use of what they are learning. Key competences, as you can see, are indicated with icons within the classbook pages and additional notes on the teacher's guide. What else do we have related to LOMLOI? We also have continuous assessment. World Class enables teachers help their students to achieve their goals by applying assessment for learning principles. With regular assessment check-ins, the course provides teachers with the information they need to make the right decision to support better learning. Each lesson in World Class is introduced by a team character. Remember our characters at the beginning. And one of these characters sets out in a simple language the learning objective of the lesson. Also, self-evaluation sections at the end of each review section in the activity book encourage students to look back through each unit and decide how well they think they meet each lesson objective. We also have review lessons every 2 units, okay, for the class book. And then we have cumulative tests every 2 units. And of course, within the active learning kit, we have this iProgress check section and the learning record, where students keep track of their own learning. The next point that is covered in world class are the learning situations and the scientific spirit. Learning situations encourage autonomous learning and critical thinking. World class includes learning situations and project work that give students the opportunity to personalize language, the language that they have learned, and apply it to a real life task. That's the essence of the learning situations that students can perform in situations or tasks that are similar to the world around us. Also, World Class develops a scientific spirit through collaborative projects and through the team tasks and through a cross curricular framework. The next point that I would like to point out in world class are the sustainable development goals and the global citizenship. Intercultural competence is concerned with the skills noted to interact appropriately and sensitively with people from diverse cultural backgrounds. We have stories in world class that give students an insight into other cultures and traditions. Um, as many of these stories are set in different countries around the world or are based on traditional world stories adapted for a modern classroom. World Class also provides a cross curricular framework to allow students to think what they learn in their English classes to other school subjects, such as maths, science, art, social studies, and health. Also, the GoPangaea platform provides this interface for collaboration and to exchange experiences with students from all around the world. We also have the components of mediation within the book. The Lamloy focuses on mediation, and as you may know, mediation has always been around in English language teaching, but now it is explicitly included in the curriculum. Essentially, it requires students to reinterpret information and be able to convey it in an appropriate way. World Class includes mediation activities as well as many other communicative tasks that develop different communication skills. Here we have an example of an activity being labeled as mediation, and they're supposed to take turns to describe a new path through the maze. So they take turns, and these students interact and are able to communicate. Then we have the digital competence that, especially since the start of the pandemic, digital resources have gained more importance, right? And with World Class, students have access to the interactive version of the digital books through the blended offer that I explained before, as well as to the active learning kit and the GoPangaea platform. Now let's have a quick look at our Oxford bilingual journey, where ELT and CLIL connect with the world's English experts. Our Oxford bilingual journey um, is this program that offers a solid methodological connection between ELT courses and CLIL. It is focused on the key competences and incorporates the key themes of the new educational reform. The Oxford Bilingual Journey um, has a strong link between methodology and content. So, competence based learning is present to motivate and engage students of all abilities. Also, it has a strong focus on sustainable development and global citizenship. So, our Oxford Bilingual Journey offers this blended solution, this integrated solution, so teachers can have a unique experience both teachers and students a unique experience in both in their English lessons with world class, or if they do natural and social sciences or arts and crafts in the same platform with the same digital resources. Both programs offer the Active Learning Kit and Go Pangea, so it's going to be like a unified user experience. So as I said, the blended solution aligns across our titles for an identical user-friendly experience. And also, with the Oxford Bilingual Journey, teachers discover a range of content for professional development to help them successfully implement their bilingual program. This includes webinars, podcasts, short clips of videos, so teachers can take full advantage of their bilingual program. Okay, I feel like I'm rushing a bit. So, any questions? Yeah, I heard a microphone.
I think it might have been me, Rose.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Sorry
I'm
about
like,
that. I'm here.
okay. Yeah, so just an overview. We saw the students' components, the teachers' components, the strong emphasis on our blended offer, and also how world class is aligned with the new aspects of the new reform. In some aspects that, do you have any questions about the reform? Maybe some teachers would like to know any other specifications about the LOMLOE and world class. There's no questions. We can continue to the unit walkthrough, and maybe there you will see a little bit more what this is all about. Yeah.
Yeah, and there will be time at the end of the unit walkthrough as well, where you can ask us any questions you might have.
Okay, great. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to go directly to the platform where you would be teaching, let's say the teacher's version, yeah, of our course. Give me 1 second and I'm going to share my screen. Just let me know, please, when you can see my screen with the book. I'm showing now Unit 7 of World Class 3. Yeah?
Yep, I can see that now.
Okay, great. So let's do a quick walkthrough through Unit 7, Level 3, so you can have a look at how each lesson flows, how each unit flows, and you can actually visualize the grammar, the syllabus, the vocab that we mentioned earlier, the flexibility, the wide range of videos. So our lesson 1 um, begins with the characters presenting the learning objective. Remember, we were talking about continuous assessment and how this is important, and it's also part of these features that Lomloy talks about. So we have the learning objective stated clearly at the beginning of each lesson. Here, we're going to talk about helping at home, and we have our first set of vocabulary. As you can see, it's a very engaging image, and we have our first 8 key vocab. Actually, here it's not available yet, but you will have a video that will be an animated vocabulary presentation. So I'm going to show you 1 second how you could start the lesson either through the images and the flashcards or showing this video, okay? You would have to click here. Let's imagine there's a button here, and a video like this will pop, yeah? So give me 1 second and just confirm that you can see the video.
Yeah.
Bird.
Okay, great. This is a demo video, yeah. Of course, it doesn't match the lesson that we're looking at, but it's just an example of the type of video and vocabulary animation that you will have to present vocabulary in lesson one. Yeah. So throughout the lesson, you do have different activities, different interactive activities. I'm just going to show you this example. Listen and write. So we would listen at the key vocab and write them in order. Okay. Then we have various key competence icons that I mentioned before. Here we have linguistic. Here we have citizenship. And throughout the lessons, you will see how different icons appear. Then we have at the end of the lesson the team task. Remember, we've been talking about team task and how this fosters collaboration, and each student takes part depending on their learning style, on their rhythm. We have this team task to practice what we have seen in this lesson. Then we have lesson 2, which would be our grammar lesson. And here we also start the lesson with our learning objective. Today, we're going to talk about how we helped at home last week. After having the learning objective set, we start our class, our lesson, with this three-step presentation. Remember, what can I see, what can I say, and what can I learn? Remember what we talked about this before. So we have the three-step presentation. Then we have a more clear grid in activity number 2, where we have the grammar rules stated. We have plenty of practice. We have listen, then we have interact, then we have look and choose. There's plenty of practice in the lesson to consolidate, to practice and consolidate the new structure. Then we have on the next page also the grammar laid out and more practice. At the end of the lesson, we finish again with a team task. Yeah? If you have any questions, please feel free to interrupt or write in the chat box. I'm showing the book. I am. Can you not see my screen?
Hang on a minute. It's gone black. No, after the video, I think you need to click back on slides. Sorry, Rose.
Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. Back on slides. Um, okay, so I'm back on Blink. Can you see my Blink?
Yeah, I can see it on unit walkthrough, slide 30.
Oh no. Okay. Let me go back
Rafaela,
to.
can you see that now?
Is she at? Okay. No, she can't. Okay, let me try to
Oh,
share again.
yeah, I can see it, but maybe it needs to catch up.
Yeah.
I think she can see now.
Now?
It's loading.
I'm just afraid of moving throughout the.
Yep. Okay, go back because I think we missed the last one.
Here, grammar animation, yeah?
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
grammar.
yeah.
Okay, so again, lesson 2 would be our grammar lesson, and we have the objective at the beginning of the lesson. Today, we're going to talk about how we helped at home last week. And here we can see through this type of cartoon illustration, the three-step presentation. Yeah, then we have clearly stated the grammar. We have our activities to practice and consolidate, and we have another grammar structure presented. In this case, it would be the past negative. We practice a bit more and we finish with a team task. Okay. Now we're moving on to words and grammar. Here we're going to be looking at our second set of vocab and the second grammar structure. Can you see that? Lesson 3, words and
Yeah.
grammar.
Yes.
Great. Now our objective is let's get ready for a party. Here we have also the 6 new vocabulary sets. It's interesting that then they practice, they listen and follow, then they have a mediation activity. On the next page, they keep practicing. We have our grammar laid out very clearly so students can look and remember. Then we practice. We listen to the song where we use and recycle the vocabulary. and we finish with our team task, which would be make a party plan. Then we have reached the story. Um, the story also starts with the learning objective. It starts with a mediation activity where partners interact and talk about what they can see in the story in the comic. Yeah, and the story is presented in three ways. You can read it from the page, you can listen to the story, or we can watch a video. I'm going to show a video, and I guess I'm going to stop sharing the screen because the video is going to play. Is that correct? So give me 1 second. If
Yeah, you can just play, go straight to video and it should play. That's it.
The Farmyard Party. On the farm, the animals wanted to have a party.
Let's have a party.
Wow! Good idea.
Okay, I'm going back to our digital book. Please confirm if you can see this.
Not yet.
Okay.
Are you clicking on the slides tab?
But it's actually...
Hang on. There we go. But it's back to unit walkthrough. You'll need to catch up, I think.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that 1 second. Here we go. Yeah.
Loading.
Story.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, great. So we have this video of the farmyard party, and we also recycle the vocabulary. Remember, we were getting ready for a party in the previous lesson. So here we recycle the vocabulary, and also through the story, students work this well-being skill, right? Through the task, think, feel, grow. So students have to think about, why was Donkey upset at the start of the party? What happened after the party? So here we're going to learn about helping out. Yeah, helping others, helping our friends. And again, we finish with a team task. Write a story about the next farmyard party. Great. So moving on, we have the skills and culture lesson. And here we're going to learn about family festivals in the US and in Japan. Here we have 4 extra pieces of vocabulary. Yeah, these would be extra. And we also have 2 different children from around the world. We have Henry from the USA and Yukiko from Japan, talking about a traditional festival in their countries. Here we have another video, which also provides support for students. It's a bit of an inspiration, right, for students to then think about celebrating something similar in their own cultures. I'm going to go to the video 1 second, back and forth. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch the video. What's it about? It's about a family festival in the USA. It's called Thanksgiving. Oh, that's interesting. We don't celebrate Thanksgiving in this country. What happens at Thanksgiving? Let's watch and find out.
Thanksgiving is a very important festival in the USA. We celebrate it every year in November. Thanksgiving Day is lots of fun.
Okay, great. So that is the video in our skills and culture section. And then we have, can you see my lesson? Lesson 5.
We are still seeing the video.
Okay. But the video is paused.
Yeah, the video has stopped, but we're not seeing the slides yet.
Now?
Do you want me to try?
I'm here. I'm here at the blink at my...
Okay, there we go. Unit walkthrough again.
Okay. Now can you see the book?
Not yet.
Here we go.
It's just loading. There we
Mm-hmm.
are. Yep, we
Okay,
can see it. Thank
so
you.
thank you, Louise. So we have our video explaining how Thanksgiving is celebrated in the USA, and then students have also plenty of opportunity to listen, practice, read, interact, and then we build on to our next culture piece, which would be Jupiko with a text explaining a festival for older people in Japan. They actually celebrate Grandparents' Day, and this would be the scaffolding for our writing focus in the that would lead into the activity book. Yeah, as you can see, if you can see all these check marks are different activities within the lesson, interactive activities. So here, look at the photos. What family members can you see? So students would reply. Yeah. Okay. See all answered. Ah, granddaughter, mother. Okay, great. Also, we have games. Let me just show you. I'm gonna try here. We have like a small Nintendo remote control. This would be a game. Yeah. So it can be quite interactive with your students. Students, player A and player B. Yeah. So you get an idea of what this looks like. Okay, they're not the same. Oh no, they're not the same. So you have a variety of games that you can incorporate in your daily lessons. Now I'm going to show you also. Remember from the activity book. Before we go to the activity book, actually, I'm going to show you the review lesson, which is every 2 units. We have a review lesson. Loading. Can you see that?
Yes.
You have a game so you can review, and then you have different steps that you can follow to check your understanding and to check the learning objectives of those units. And then we have the project lesson where also these real kids, yeah, these real students show us an example of the final project. I'm going to quickly show you a video, yeah, of the students showing the project. Give me 1 second. Video. Museum display. There we go.
Welcome to our museum. Today we want to tell you about ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians were very interesting. Did you know? The ancient Egyptians wrote with pictures. You can see writing like this on many walls and buildings in Egypt. They built the pyramids 5,000 years ago. That's a long time ago. The pyramids are very big and very famous.
Okay, so here we have an example of how these children model the project, the final project that students will be replicating. Yeah. I'm going back to. Okay, I'm going back to the ebook. Okay, to our blended. Can you see my screen? The team
Nope.
task. Okay. I'm
There
doing
we
it
go.
like
I see
okay,
it now.
okay. I'm doing it so easily that I think you can see it. Okay, so that was our review section with games and different activities to review the content for the 2 units. Then we have the project or learning situation. Yeah, remember these can be projects or learning situations related to a more immediate context for the students. Then we have, let me check here, we do have the pages for preparing Cambridge qualifications for schools. We do have these pages for each unit. And then we have in the class book, I just want to show you in the class book the different activities that we mentioned before with 1, 2, or 3 stars, depending on the rhythm of your classes. Can you see that? We have
Yep.
a 1 star. This would be a matching activity. Then look, read, and complete. Would be like a bit more complicated, and then read and complete. This would be a reading comprehension article, a piece of reading comprehension. Okay, so we saw the video of Active Learning Kit and of Go Pangea. Do you think we should, I'm going to show you quickly the Active Learning Kit. Remember, you access the Active Learning Kit through your digital class book and levels 1 and 2, and levels 3 to 6 through your activity book. And as you remember from the video before, we have different sections in the Active Learning Kit. We have a game zone, an iProgress check. Yeah, I'm going to show you quickly. The game zone would be vocabulary games, and students will earn diamonds. Yeah. Okay. Then we have, I'm going to move quickly so we have a look at all of these sections. We have the iProgress check where we can practice the 4 skills. So we have, for example, a reading text, yeah, and then we check understanding about the party. And the speaking feature is quite interesting because this would be something quite interesting for students because they can record themselves and from the comfort of their home, so they can feel a bit more in a safe environment to read the sentences and record their answers. And then, of course, teachers can follow up on this work. So this is what the Active Learning Kit looks like. Then we have a grammar section, a grammar gym, so we can practice the grammar that we saw in that unit. The learning record takes us to a self-assessment, a self-reflection of how we feel about Unit 7 in this case. And then a great feature that we also have here is the book club. So we have access to full stories. Maybe you can see it now. 1 second. Yeah,
Yep.
we have full stories with the audio available. And also one great feature is that you have comprehension activities for each chapter, let's say. Yeah, so each story comes with the listening and comprehension activities. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Any questions? Do you want to see anything else in more detail? Here we have access to the books. Here we have access to the resources. This is still work in progress. Yeah, you're going to have here also the test generator that I mentioned before, this platform, so you can create your own tests. Please feel free now that we're reaching the end to drop us a line in the chat box. Okay.
Thank you very much, Rafaela, for attending.
Bye. Thank you.
We're very pleased to have had you here.
Okay. Okay, so I stopped sharing my screen and thank you for, okay.
Yeah,
Great.
I was just saying thank you
So
to
yeah, we're
Rafaela.
reaching the end. But please, now we can do like a quick round of questions and answers before we go.
Thanks very much for that, Rose. That's really interesting. I think that having such innovative things like the Active Learning Kit and Go Pangea as well really help to make a big difference to a course like World Class. And I'm excited for teachers to start to use it.
Yeah, it does actually place the student in the center of the learning. They have such a variety of activities and paths to reach the same goal that honestly, I would almost tell teachers it's not even optional. I mean, you really have to try it. You really, really have to try this and promote it among your students. Also, it gives you a great tracking of your students' progress. Yeah, so.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, I don't think that there are any questions.
Okay.
Well,
teachers,
thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Rose.
Thank you for helping us with the chat and the screen and everything.
No problem. And we look forward to seeing you at the next Oxford presentation. Thanks very much. Have a lovely evening.
Have a nice evening.
And enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.